You're watching WEAR News, the morning current on WFGX.
Good morning, and happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Current. I'm Laura Hussey.
And I'm Jared Willits, and we'll begin this program with one of the more disturbing stories we've had in quite some time. We're continuing to follow the investigation into the deaths of two Escambia County children and the man charged with killing them.
I'll warn you right out the gate, there are still a lot of questions, but we learned a lot over the weekend as well. John Walston was arrested Friday morning. He is now charged with 2 counts of premeditated murder, 1 count of sexual assault on a victim younger than 12, 1 count of arson. This morning, he is being held without bond.
We do have video of Walston on a stretcher the night of the fire at the mobile home park on Flaxman Street. Sheriff Chip Simmons says Walston sexually assaulted one of the children, killed them both, and then set the mobile home on fire.
The children have been identified as 7-year-old Raiden Smith and 9-year-old Vaden Oram. Their father and stepfather, Tyler Smith, talked to us, and he told WEAR News the children were spending the night at Walston's when they were killed. Now, neighbors talk about the children's mother running into the fire to try and help her children. When she realized the trailer was on fire, she's being treated for burns.
Other neighbors tell us Walston lived there with a wife and 2 children. Smith says he and other children's mother were family friends and neighbors to Walston.
From the time frame that we moved in here, because of a friend that she knew. I became friends with them, so I've known him for a couple of years, yes. Right. I've known him for a little while. John, I hope they give you hell in prison, because you better be glad they found you before I did.
The manner of death has not been released.
Since we posted about Walston's arrest online, more than 3,000 of you have made comments, many sending prayers to the victim's family, others raising questions about the whole situation.
Corey says, just horrible and gross. Unfortunately, monsters are real.
Stephanie wrote, "Oh, this is terrible and so sad. These children didn't deserve that. Whatever made this man do this?"
And from Linda, no such thing as being overprotective when it comes to children. Keep your children close.
You can see our entire coverage of the story and the remarks from Sheriff Chip Simmons on our website, WEARTV.com. Just scan that QR code and it will take you directly.
Good morning. It is 7:02 and change on the Morning Current, and another, well, not another, but I guess the first cold day we've had in a while.
Yeah, another Monday where maybe you don't love the weather, but boy, we're gonna love that sunrise behind you, Brooke.
Yeah, and it is looking beautiful this morning, just cold. So you want to make sure you have the jacket so you are making your way out and about. We're starting off in the 30s and the 40s, going to get into the 50s for your highs today. So it is going to be a cool one through your afternoon as well. We're going to still look at the sunshine as you head through most of your day, though. Currently, we do have a few of those 30s. This is the coldest part of the day. So 37, Jay 39, Milton 41, and Navarre 41, and Fairhope. It's going to be a bit slower to warm up today. So you're going to keep the 40s around all the way through about 10 a.m. So it is going to be a jacket morning. You want to be staying warm in those temperatures because it is also a big change from what we've been dealing with. About 30 degrees lower this morning. So that is also something we're dealing with is the wind, 10 to 15 mile an hour coming in from the north. It is going to be breezy, making it feel just a touch cooler, and we'll keep the winds quite high through the afternoon as well. Radar staying dry. We're going to keep the sunshine around. We will have temperatures in the 50s for this afternoon. We are going to get into the 50s. It's about 11 a.m. As we head closer to 1 to 3, we should get into the low 50s, but that's the extent of the warm up today. We'll get back in the 40s by 5 p.m. and overnight tonight, the coldest snap that we'll see will be in the 30s below freezing.
At 7:04, taking a peek out of doors and checking on traffic for you. What a beautiful shot of the Escambia Bay Bridge. There we go. No problems there. Traffic moving smoothly there and everywhere.
Yeah, you can't really quite see how cold it is, but it is. And cold weather shelters are going to open again tonight across Northwest Florida. Ferris
Hill Baptist Church on Chafin Street in Milton. You should arrive between 6:30 and 8:30. Only service animals will be available or let in. Shelter closes at 7. Also open tomorrow night.
Generations Church in Niceville is offering to help families with children and elderly family members. They're located on Highway 85 in Niceville. They're holding a dinner at 7 p.m. Then a Generations Church van is going to take people to the shelter about 8 o'clock. It will come back to the church at 6:30 in the morning.
And the Crestview Area Shelter for the Homeless on Duggan Avenue in Crestview opens at 6 o'clock tonight and tomorrow night as well.
The government shutdown now a step closer to ending. Overnight, the Senate advanced a bipartisan agreement that would fund the government through the end of January.
Here's how it happened. 8 Democrats switched sides to get exactly the 60 votes needed to keep things moving forward. Now, the deal does include assurances that food stamps will be funded through September. It also addressed federal workers getting back pay and reverses recent mass firings and prohibits more.
It does not extend the expiring Obamacare subsidies that have been such a point of contention. The Republicans did promise there will be a vote on that come next month. So the next steps will be for the Senate to meet again this morning. They're calling it processing the bill. They say that could take hours or days. We're just not sure at this point. Then the legislation would have to go through the normal process, going back to the House and ultimately to the president's desk.
It's not over yet, though. Today, 1,500 flights within or into out of the U.S. have been canceled.
And since Friday, a total of 4,700 flights have been canceled. Over 14,000 were delayed for multiple hours. This comes after the FAA made those flight cuts at 40 major airports across the country.
Now, the FAA says flight cuts began at 4%, but will be at 10% by Friday if the shutdown continues. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says air travel could slow to a trickle. We're seeing some delays and cancellations locally. It is best, as it always is, to check your flight before you head to the airport.
States this morning are being told to undo any efforts that they took to pay out the full SNAP benefit for the month of November.
The Supreme Court putting a hold on a judge's prior order to issue the full payments. White House says states that rush to issue the payments move much too quickly. Sunday, the White House told federal appeals court states were unauthorized to issue full SNAP benefits. At least 20 states initiated the process of paying them in full.
The USDA had threatened financial penalties on states that do not comply, so we'll follow that as it develops. And wow, the talk on social media about this one over the weekend. The president making a post on Truth Social indicating $2,000 checks would go out to every American.
Posting on X a dividend, he says, of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Says it's from tariff revenue.
Now, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has not spoken to the president about this proposal. He said the payment could come in a lot of forms. It could be a tax cut, perhaps eliminating taxes on things like tips, overtime, Social Security, and so on, which would probably dash some hopes of people that were hoping for $2,000 cash payments.
Now, the story, of course, getting a lot of action on social media since we posted it. More than 4,000 sharing your thoughts. And mixed reaction. Many people are welcoming the extra cash, others a bit more skeptical.
Robert said, I could use this help with my mortgage payment. When do the checks get mailed out?
Jessica says, how about we just reopen the government, let people return to work, get paid, and get their normal SNAP benefits first.
And John writing something similar, saying, I would rather have my paychecks. We
love to see what's going on in your world and how it affects everything going on, and one of the ways you can do that is with Chime In. You can text WEAR-TV to 9577 or just chime in from our website. Show us what's going on in your world.
Much more ahead on the Morning Current. A high-speed chase in Tampa leads to several deaths. The man now in jail for that fatal incident.
UPS and FedEx grounding some of their planes following that deadly crash in Kentucky, where the investigation stands now, and the planes that are staying on the ground.
Monday in news. Sometimes it's like a bit of cold water on the face, but there's always something warm in the cup, right?
Join us with a coffee break. 4 people were killed and more than a dozen injured after a high-speed chase ended in a crash. This happened in Tampa.
It was just after midnight on Saturday when officers spotted 2 cars that were racing. They say the 22-year-old suspect, Silas Sampson, led the troopers on a high-speed chase straight down the interstate.
Now, the trooper attempted the pit maneuver that didn't quite work. Sampson continued down a busy street. The trooper ended pursuit for safety reasons. Nonetheless,
but it was too late. Yeah, at that point, the driver lost control of the car, crashed into the outdoor patio of Bradley's on 7th. 3 people died right there at the scene, the 4th at a hospital, and 13 others were injured, 2 of them still in critical condition. 7 are listed as stable and 4 have minor injuries.
Silas is now charged with 4 counts of felony vehicular homicide, 4 counts felony aggravated fleeing to elude with serious bodily injuries. No evidence the actions were targeted.
A cruise ship mystery this morning. The FBI is investigating after an 18-year-old died on a Carnival cruise.
The ship was called the Horizon, going from Miami to the Caribbean. The deceased, an 18-year-old girl, Anna Kepner. No details on the cause of death. The ship returned to the port Saturday. Family says she was graduating high school in May, had plans to join the military. Family says she'll be remembered as a happy, bubbly, straight-A student with a bright future.
UPS and FedEx now grounding their fleets of MD-11 aircraft after that deadly fiery crash in Kentucky.
The FAA grounded all the MD-11s and MD-11F aircraft until each undergoes a thorough inspection. That MD-11 crashed during takeoff from Louisville last week. 14 dead, 9 remain missing.
FAA does confirm that the left engine of that plane fell off. And they are warning, this is a quote, the unsafe condition is likely to exist or develop in other products of the same type design. Their choice to ground the aircraft, they say, is out of an abundance of caution.
Now, the NTSB says they'll have a preliminary report within 30 days. The official report, they say, could take up to 2 years. They say cockpit recording confirms the crew completed inspection before takeoff. Aircraft had a heavy maintenance check days prior. Investigators looking into anything that was replaced or removed.
The early reports, they say, were edited to say the plane only got 100 feet off the ground before the crash, not 475. And people who live near the crash site and local businesses have already filed lawsuits against UPS, Boeing, and General Electric, accusing those companies of recklessness and negligence, highlighting the safety record of Boeing's MD-11s, calling it one of the most accident-prone commercial planes still in service. Lots
more to come on that, but let's talk about a big weekend in college football. Playoff cards on the line heading into the regular season. Laura Hussey takes off with our recap.
We'll start with Miami. They sure made the case they deserve a shot in the playoffs, with the Canes winning over Syracuse 38-10. We asked you on Friday who should win. Our poll results leaned 87% toward Miami. They are number 18 right now, and they face off against North Carolina State for Week 12.
Alabama on an 8-game winning streak with a shot at making the SEC championship game. They beat LSU 20-9. They'll take on number 12 Oklahoma next weekend.
The Auburn Tigers, ouch, losing to Vandy in overtime, 45-38 the final there. The Tigers really only have one conference win at this point. Look at the bottom of your screen. We asked you who should win. Apparently y'all should be buying lotto tickets today. 100% said Vanderbilt.
Apparently it was a tough weekend for Florida State, losing 24-10 against Clemson, lowest scoring game of the season. They play Virginia Tech come Saturday.
And what a blow.
Well, you told us.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. But here's the deal. It's National Vanilla Cupcake Day. Terry, we're streaming on Facebook, and Terry gave us the lowdown on that.
Oh, okay.
So I figure if it's cold, you have to pour more calories. So you need a vanilla cupcake, and it's almost free calorically. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think we need an excuse for a vanilla cupcake.
No,
actually, I respect that.
I think you can eat a vanilla cupcake whenever you want.
Any day of the week.
This is America after all.
I mean, yes, if you want a vanilla cupcake, you eat a vanilla cupcake. And we're going to be looking at some nice weather if you just want to enjoy that cupcake inside, maybe with some warm coffee, some hot cocoa. It's hot cocoa weather, chilly weather, soup weather, all the weather, sweater weather. We do have temperatures cold today, tomorrow. It's actually not lasting long. So those temperatures that are currently in the 40s and and 30s. They won't be lasting too much longer. Let's take a look at those temperatures. You can see right now 37 in Jay, 39 in Milton, about 41 in Navarre. So very chilly to start the day. Our highs are going to be in the 50s. So we will still warm up into the 50s. It's still going to feel cold, just not quite as cold as we see right now. And we have dropped about 30 degrees. Our cold front that moved through yesterday really bringing the chill for us. And we will be looking at temperatures staying cold tomorrow. That all changes by the end of the week. So you can see 52 degrees for your high today. We have a warm up heading our way going into next week. 6 to 10 day outlook does look above average, and it looks well above average. We're expecting our highs to go quickly from the 50s today, tomorrow, so feeling more winter-like, well below average, 70s by Wednesday. And we'll see mid-70s as we go into Thursday, Friday, so that warm-up is on the way, and we will be looking at some sunshine with that. Now, your radar, it's dry. We're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies all the way into your weekend. Our really next rain chance doesn't come in until Sunday, so that's what we'll be watching until then. You can see those nice calm skies today. Winds will come out from the north. It's going to be a breezy one today. Tomorrow, not going to be quite as windy, so the winds calm down a bit. Wednesday, you will notice you're going to wake up not quite as chilly. You'll be in the 40s. Tonight, we're going to be dropping at or below freezing. Wednesday morning, you'll be in the 40s. By Wednesday afternoon, this is when we get into the 70s. A few passing clouds. You'll have the winds out of the south at that point, and we'll keep temperatures warmer through the rest of the week. Let's talk about the tropics now, because we are still in hurricane season, but it is still looking calm across the board, across the Atlantic Basin. Not expecting any tropical activity as we go into the next 7 days, and we are getting closer and closer to the end now. Seatow Marine forecast, we do have 2 feet for the Gulf. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 20 knots, gusting at 25, so the boat forecast is going to be on the rougher side, a little choppy, and we are going to be looking at your yellow flags flying with a good chance we'll have either yellow or green flags later on today, especially with that northerly flow. It's going to keep things nice and flat on the Gulf. Going to be cold out there though. Here's a look at your week ahead. You will be looking at temperatures in the 50s today. Very breezy. It's going to be a windy one. We will have temperatures tonight, the coldest that we will feel this week, dropping at or below freezing for most of us. We will warm up in the Tuesday afternoon, your Veterans Day, 55 degrees, 40s for Wednesday morning, so starting to warm up, 71 for your high Wednesday afternoon. And then we will see the mid-70s with lows in the 50s all through the rest of your week and heading into your weekend. So if you're not enjoying the cooler weather, you just have a couple of days to deal with it. You'll start that warm up by Wednesday.
Checking out that Monday morning drive, taking a live shot at I-10 and Davis. It is a gorgeous morning. Traffic is moving smoothly. It is 7:19.
For your holiday shopping, you might find some retail employees a whole lot more friendlier.
my
Could have
gosh.
predicted this, I think, maybe, that a brawl started at a Starbucks.
Fighting over a little bear cup.
The bear cups, we talked about it last week, right? It's a little bear cup, for the holidays, because, Starbucks does that. And apparently, I guess there's something of a shortage causing something of a problem.
Right. Brooke, you're probably more up to speed on the whole coffee thing than I am. So it's the Bearista.
There it is.
Yeah.
There he is.
I mean, and it's adorable. It was priced at $29.95, and the Starbucks cup, just like the cups in general, people collect these. So it's a specialty cup, and so a lot of people wanted them. One brawl did break out over the cup in Houston. So some stores said they only got 1 to 2 cups.
I shouldn't laugh. Many shoppers said that they were told that the cups were already sold out even after they were the first person in the store. By the way, they happened to be selling on eBay for nearly $300.
We do have a statement from Starbucks. And this is despite shipping more Bearista cups to coffee houses than almost any other merchandise items this holiday season, the Bearista cup and some other items sell out fast. We're sorry for the inconvenience.
I will say.
What?
If you really want the Bearista cup and you don't want to spend $300, I found the exact same cup on Amazon for $30. It just doesn't have the Starbucks logo.
There you go.
Well, it's got to have the logo.
Well, you can get a sticker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can make it work. All right. Also from the world of buying and selling, we move to Target. Unbelievable to me that this was not already company policy, but Jared.
Well, here you go. There's a new directive that requires employees working in store to smile and make eye contact with the customer if the customer gets within 10 feet. Okay, you got to come. Yeah.
Then they have to either greet them or wave. Imagine, and if the customer gets within 4 feet, they have to ask, "Do you need some help?" Or, "Hey, how's your day going?"
What if you get within 2 feet? I'd say
I
back
don't know.
off,
I don't know.
pal.
What if you get within 5 feet, or you just keep walking back? I don't want
I
to
don't
greet
see you. You're not here.
Walmart and Disney actually have similar rules, and it's meant to improve the shopping experience.
And I just wonder if people just should be friendly of your own accord, just in general, right?
Well, and if not, I don't know, too many years in retail, that was an integral part of my training, but we want to know what you think. We've all had the bad customer service, the person who literally pretends like they don't see you or doesn't have the ability to say hi. Does that affect how much you spend is what we would like to know. Since we put the poll up this morning, yeah, people are saying it does affect how much we spend. Scan the QR. We would love to hear what you think. All right, you guys, this is Colonel from Teresa Bodie. She says that this is Colonel watching the weather forecast, Brooke. He's apparently not happy about the temperature.
Oh, get that baby a sweater. And this is Sean Whedon, Jocko's Bayfront Bar and Grill front porch. That looks really pretty.
I love that view and the french fries.
When the morning current continues, getting back to the hard news, Florida's Attorney General urging the city of Pensacola to cancel a Christmas drag show. What AG Uthmeyer had to say about the show and what might happen if it still goes on.
Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier now asking the city of Pensacola to cancel that drag queen Christmas show at the Sanger Theater.
He posted on X, and here's his quote. 2 days before Christmas, Pensacola will host a demonic, sexually explicit drag show at the city-owned Sanger Theater. Pensacola shouldn't platform obscenities that denigrate its residents and expose kids to harmful content. They should cancel the event.
He attached a letter addressed to the Pensacola City Council saying the city can cancel the event for what would be injurious to public health, safety, or the general welfare of the community. He continues, this is dangerous to children because it's happening at the same time as Winterfest, and he says there is no threat to the First Amendment.
Now, City Council President Jared Moore will bring the issue to Council sometime this week. Council says canceling would expose the city to potential liability. The city could face a religious discrimination litigation lawsuit.
As you would imagine, the topic coming in hot on social media with more than 1,000 comments since we shared it on Friday. All ends of the spectrum, so we'll get to the individual comments here. Amanda wrote, it's a show, entertainment. If you don't want to see it, don't go. She adds, adding government involvement to private functions is a very slippery slope.
From Janet, this is really getting ridiculous. The show is only for adults, and if you don't like it, don't go. Some people are making way too much of this.
But Craig sharing a point a lot of people have also shared. Public money is involved. He says public money should not be used for this event. Cancel it.
We want to know what you think. Scan that QR code on your screen. Answer the question. Do you think the city should cancel the drag show? Simple yes or no will be doing.
All right. The Santa Rosa County School District now working to get speed cameras installed in school zones.
The district asking the commissioners and local law enforcement to talk about the speeding concerns.
WEAR's Aria Circa live for us this morning. There are public hearings so people can weigh in, and apparently those are going to be scheduled today, right?
Yep, in just under an hour, the Santa Rosa County commissioners will be meeting to simply schedule the first public hearings to address the speeding concerns brought up by the Santa Rosa County School District. According to a 2024 study conducted by the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, the majority of traffic infractions happened in Gulf Breeze and in Milton. The district is asking county commissioners to help choose a vendor for speed detection systems. These would be cameras stationed throughout the county, catching speeders during school hours only.
We look at it, if you put an enforcement officer in a school zone, at best he or she could do 3 or 4 traffic stops in the time that the school zone is running. So by possibly going to a program like this, we could be more effective in enforcing the school zones. And we don't always have people available to be doing speed enforcement in the school zones because we have so many other things going.
Drivers would only be cited if they are caught going 10 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. Before tickets go out, they would be reviewed by the appropriate law enforcement agency. The commissioners, like I said, will be meeting at 8:30 this morning to simply just schedule the first public hearing, and that'll be announced at a later date. There will be no decisions made today on the speeding cameras. Laura, Jared.
Thank you, Aria. We appreciate it. We'll check back in. It is 7:31 right now.
And a cold morning dawning along the Gulf Coast as expected, as predicted. We all should have been ready because Brooke told us.
Indeed. Good morning, meteorologist Brooke Richardson.
Hey, good morning. And we definitely need the jackets today. We're going to be looking at some cold temperatures tonight as well. We're going to have those 2 days. We're looking at the cold weather. The first one today, second one tomorrow. It's not lasting long. By Wednesday, we're actually going to be back in the 70s. So just a little break with some winter temperatures. Right now, we are seeing clear skies over Orange Beach, Alabama camera. It's gorgeous. It is just a jacket day. We do have temperatures right now in the 30s and the 40s. It's 38 degrees in Jay, 42 in Navarre, 37 in Mobile, 41 in AS Pensacola. Might be a good morning to make the soup for your lunch. We do have our temperatures down about 30 degrees, so this is a big drop down. You will certainly be feeling that this morning. Let's take a look at your winds because they are coming in from the north. It is going to be a breezy one today, 10 to 15 miles an hour. We're getting a little bit higher this afternoon, 15 to 20 miles an hour, so very windy day in store for us, and we will be looking at sunshine with the wind. So it is just going to be a day that you want to make sure you're staying warm. Our radar is looking dry. You have those temperatures getting into the 50s today, but not getting too much warmer than about 52. So it is going to be a cooler day for us. We do have our temperatures dropping into the 40s again by 5 p.m. and tonight we have a big cool down into the 30s.
Let's get a look outside very quickly here. This is 110 near Maxwell Street in Pensacola. We can see light traffic moving smoothly and no reports of any issues to slow you down.
Throughout the morning, we've been covering the what somewhat looks like progress in the ongoing government shutdown. Our team did speak with Northwest Florida Congressman Jimmy Patronis last night after some movement was seen in the Senate.
He talked about some of the logistics of this whole thing, see what's going to happen. If the House is called back, they have 48 hours to return to D.C. to start talking about it.
Yeah, and then the Democrats, he says, held off on switching sides until after the November elections, and nobody wanted to sign off on the filibuster. A lot of these developments you've heard about, but he says they all figured.
The president has been itching to put this to bed. And, you know, this is, I think, part of his strategy was pushing also the filibuster elimination. That was, now, so the filibuster is what requires 60 votes out of the Senate. What he's saying, get rid of the filibuster and take it down to just 50 votes plus one. If the Senate did that, which I don't think they're going to do now, if they did that, this could speed up the process. But I think that the president finally ripped the Band-Aid off, told him, he says, all right, let's get rid of the filibuster. And I think everybody started shaking on both sides of the aisle because that is a nuclear option. And I think that's what really got the Democrats' attention, that, you know, they can keep on trying to drag this thing out and continue to play a very weak hand of cards. They got their elections in November that they were hoping to get. Now it's time to focus on the American public and do our job.
All right, Congressman Patronis says he believes we would see the official end of the shutdown by the end of the week.
Last week, we asked you, what are your priorities amid the government shutdown? Thanks to everyone who's weighed in, more than 100. 62% say their top priority is getting federal workers paid. Healthcare came in at 22%. Funding SNAP benefits and having the Blue Angels air show, they both tied at 8%.
On the way for this morning, we'll discuss Thanksgiving meal deals appear to be cheaper this year, but I think we know why. Why are they really cheaper?
And here's a question, speaking of food. Do you ever think about why and where you're putting the food inside your refrigerator? What if we said that placement could affect how long it lasts? We will delve into that, so get ready to open the door.
I can't wait to find that out. I probably put the peanut butter on the wrong shelf.
Your peanut butter went in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Any number of things, Laura. We move on. Join us for a coffee break. Yeah, Thanksgiving is just around the corner.
Yeah, we've been talking about all these cheaper Thanksgiving meals that
Yeah.
various stores are offering because we all are like scrambling for every penny. So like, places like Walmart, Aldi, Target, but are you really going to be saving money? That is the question. They're saying their meal kits are cheaper than last year's.
Yeah, Walmart cut their kit down to 15 items from 21 items in 2024, and the stuffing is now a mix instead of individual ingredients, and it does add mac and cheese and cuts the pecan pie. Come on.
Heck, yeah, shrinkflation. This is shrinkflation and skimpflation because they're making it smaller and they're substituting in a less expensive item.
A Jennie-O turkey rather than a butterball. And not any other big cuts, but the items total 25.
Yeah, that was the Aldi
Yeah,
one. Okay.
Aldi
and then
one,
at
yeah.
Target, they swapped in some of their private label brands for the bread and the corn, and they dropped the green beans and the cream and mushroom soup. Stop the madness.
Okay, I don't like the green bean casserole. I skip it every year, so that's cool with me.
Oh my gosh, I can't, Brooke. We're gonna have to talk.
Okay, the pecan pie cut is devastating though. Come on.
I know. And so in this environment, we want the Thanksgiving leftovers to last. So we moved to the refrigerator. We were having some chuckles about the refrigerator, but let's do the serious part first. Here's where you can put your stuff if you want it to last a long time.
Okay, what if you don't want your broccoli to last? You want it to go south very quickly.
You just put it in the back and ignore it like I do.
Leave it in the counter.
Yeah,
Oh, I
6
forgot
months
to put it
later,
in.
you don't even know what it was.
I
It's not a
digress.
problem.
I'm sorry.
All right, get your cheese out of the top shelf. They said the cheese should not be on the top shelf or in the door because the opening of the door is going to make it stay not as cold. However, your yogurt is fine on the top shelf.
Yeah, and you need to keep store-bought or washed eggs on middle or back racks where it's colder. The door is too warm.
If you have unwashed farm eggs, those can go on the counter. Fun fact, you guys, the middle shelf back is the coldest place in your refrigerator.
Can I digress again?
Please.
That's where I put my beer.
Very important. And then last note, you're going to store meat at the bottom of the fridge to avoid cross-contamination. Your fruits and veggies, obviously you have the crisper drawers, so on and so on and so on. We had a fun discussion though as we were bringing about fridgescaping. And Jared and Brooke didn't remember the whole big story that we did on fridgescaping.
To make it look pretty.
Yeah, like you put your things in a prettier bowl. Like I put my limes in a china bowl, and like maybe a tiny vase with a little flower, and so that when you open the door, it's all.
My fridge would terrify you. Like you would hear like wee wee wee, like when you open the door.
See, that was another of my questions. Do you ever, if you're at a friend's house, they go, "Hey, get yourself a drink." Do you just kind of check out what's in that fridge and how clean it is? And I never did that. What?
No.
Why is everybody looking
I mean,
at me?
I'll rifle through the medicine cabinet, sure, but not the refrigerator.
I'm gonna lock my refrigerator when you come over.
One more note, you can see these stories and more on the WEA. Oh yeah, I wanted to do that one if we've got time. This is from foodsafety.gov, the cold forage, whatever it says on the screen. Keep that in your refrigerator, people. Actually, this is so easy to navigate, AJ tells us, and you can, if you have any questions about how to store stuff, foodsafety.gov.
Okay, all these stories, the more interesting stories and some not so interesting, we have them all for you on our YouTube channel. You'll find our Morning Minute there as well. Laura and I do that every morning. 60 seconds of your top stories, get you up to date in under a minute.
And if you thought all this was good, wait till we tackle the 50-year mortgage proposal. Do not even move from your screen. We'll talk what it could mean for potential buyers forever and ever.
Well, a lot of folks, we've talked about the story, having trouble, first-time home buyers getting their first home.
Yeah, it is. And now President Trump says he wants to roll out a 50-year mortgage.
He shared a graphic on Truth Social comparing his proposal to the 30-year. Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte called the plan a game changer, says it'll allow young people to achieve the American dream of home ownership.
All right, as we know, it is in a big pickle. The 30-year fix has been stuck above 6% for 3 years now. Median U.S. household spending means that 39% of our monthly incomes in the median are going just to the mortgage, almost half of what you bring home.
The average age of first-time home buyers now 40. Highest ever. This is from the National Association of Realtors.
But here's the deal. Is a 50-year mortgage the solution? Critics of long-term loans say yes, they will have lower monthly payments, but the interest rates are going to be naturally higher on a long-term loan, so they're a little bit riskier for lenders. This would build less equity because the interest is front-loaded, so you're just going to be paying and paying, almost like renting, but not exactly.
All right, you can become underwater in your homes like in the 2000s. Remember that? 2016 study found that underwater homeowners are 150 to 200% more likely to default on their mortgages than those with positive equity.
So there is a lot to talk about here. On the surface of it, or from a lot of education, whichever you've had time to research, just tell us, would you be interested in a 50-year loan? The answers are yes, no, it may be my only option. Okay, choose from one of those three by scanning the QR code right there on your screen.
We have what's the word I'm looking for? Terrifying video?
Stunning. Either way.
Either way.
Yeah, the typhoon that has been raging through the Philippines and moved out this morning. First of all, we want to show you just the conditions around the cities. At least 4 people are dead. There have been floods. There have been landslides. More than 1.4 million people have been displaced. Because this is their second typhoon in the space of a week. Typhoon Kalmeji killed at least 224 people, but there's some other video that Jared was referring to.
Take a look at this. This is a suspension bridge in the Philippines. I mean, that is terrifying.
Is that a pedestrian bridge or a car bridge? Do we know?
That is a great question. It sure
that looks like a car bridge.
It looks very flexible.
Hard
however.
to know, but whatever it is, that is really terrifying video. Wow.
So often the video, because the worst of it comes, and we're not able to get cameras. This really shows you something. But Brooke, wow.
Yeah, definitely terrifying there. We are looking quiet on our tropics. We are seeing the Atlantic Basin quiet, officially ending on November 30th. So we only have, a couple days left. We are looking right now. It's a big cool down this morning. Temperatures are in the 40s. You can see right now over your Hardee's camera. It's looking quite nice outside. We just want the jackets before you make your way out there, and you should have a lovely morning. It's breezy as well, so might want to wear a hat, as we do have 15-20 mile-an-hour winds going through your afternoon. Now, your temperatures currently, they have gotten into the 40s for most of us. We have a couple of 30s still, 39 in Milton, 39 in Jay, 37 in Mobile. We are not looking at anything freezing, but that changes tonight. We will have temperatures drop at or below freezing tonight. That's the coldest that we will experience as we have a warming trend behind us. We're down about 30 degrees, big cool down for today. Temperatures in the 50s for this afternoon, and we're going to be looking at a warm up by really Wednesday. So warmer than average is what we're forecasting 6 to 10 days from now. So this cold patch doesn't last too long. It's today, it's tomorrow, and then really by Wednesday morning you'll notice not quite as chilly. That's what we're going to be seeing. You can see 52 for your high today, 55 for Wednesday, so already just slightly warmer. Wednesday or Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday is when we get into the 70s, and we'll be around 71 degrees, just a round average there. 74 to 75 going into Thursday, Friday, and we will stay in the mid to upper 70s through the weekend, so we will be much warmer to end the week. Let's talk about what else we'll deal with, because it's going to be breezy today. Your radar's looking dry. You can see the winds out of the north at about 15-20 miles an hour through the day. So a very breezy afternoon, but we're not expecting any rain. Same thing going into your Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. Wednesday we have a few clouds, but not expecting any rain. We're just going to have a little touch of some cloud cover there, and that'll be the case going into the weekend as well. So mostly sunny as we head into the week. Let's talk about the tropics a bit closer now. Like I said, we are looking quiet across the Atlantic Basin, not expecting any tropical activity. As we we head into the next 7 days, we will continue to watch everything for you as we go throughout the rest of hurricane season. Here's a look at your Sea-Tow Marine forecast. We do have 2 feet for the Gulf, winds out of the north-northwest at about 20 knots, and we do have your yellow flags flying with a good chance we will have either yellow or green flags later on today. Let's get you through your week ahead. We do have temperatures around 52 for your afternoon high, very windy today. It's going to be breezy. As you go into your Veterans Day tomorrow, 55 degrees. We'll wake up at around 30. We are going to be back in the 40s for your morning Wednesday, 71 for your high Wednesday afternoon, and you can see your next rain chance not until Sunday.
A good old-fashioned bah humbug for people in base housing at Tyndall Air Force Base. What's going on for the holidays, or more specifically, what's not going on? You know why the Grinch didn't like Christmas?
Why?
Because he didn't like himself.
Oh my gosh, that's so deep for a Monday.
Let me just set you up on that one.
All right, what we're talking about is Christmas not coming early at Tyndall Air Force Base.
Yeah, the families in the privatized housing were told to take down Christmas decorations. It's almost as upsetting as the pecan pie going away for the meal deal. But the message was titled, "One Holiday at a Time."
Mm-hmm. This was not the Air Force, let's be clear. This is the management company Balfour Beatty Communities, and they say the decorations should reflect the respective month and not go up more than 30 days before any given holiday.
So they were told to take them down, put them back in a box and back up in the attic and wait.
I love what this guy said on Facebook. One veteran commented, if the Air Force wanted you to have Christmas cheer, it would have issued it to you.
I mean, it's 30s right now, so it's Christmas-esque.
I would love to know. We will ask and probably not get the answer. Why? Why pick that? Why die on that hill? It's Christmas.
Well, you know why the Grinch didn't like Christmas.
Because he didn't like himself.
Didn't like himself. We'll have to move on. The Morning Current will be right back.
Wow.
Well, it is certainly feeling more winter-like out there this morning. We are going to be seeing temperatures in the 40s through the next couple of hours, 50s by the time you hit the afternoon. Very breezy today. Tonight, temperatures drop into that freezing range. Will be at or below 32 degrees. So it is going to be very cold tomorrow morning. Veterans Day forecast sunny, high near 55. The winds aren't going to be quite as bad. And then we'll wake up in the 40s on Wednesday morning. And that starts a warming trend. We'll start to feel more fall-like, feeling more Thanksgiving-like, feeling more like you want to get some, Vanessa, listen to this, some pecan pie. As we get closer to Thanksgiving.
All right, thanks for all the comments and on the Facebook live stream. I've been enjoying talking to y'all. Check out the Morning Current that way, streaming on Facebook.
And we'll see you tomorrow morning right here at 7 o'clock.